You found Red. Welcome back. And today we're going to look at this. It's just a cheap, what is it? Cheap Radeon HD 6950 2GB model I picked up on eBay for $9.99. I've already tested it in my test system, and it gives no video postcode. So very possible that inside here is very much a dead core, but we're going to find out together. Here we go. Also, yeah, it's ratty. Like, screws are missing. See, those top screws are missing. Missing that screw. Half the screws back here are missing or look loose. And on top of that, I got no idea what's going on with the retaining clip here. It's like popping out. It's not supposed to do that. So, oh, time to tear it apart. This beaten up, tattered thing. Who knows? Maybe I got it completely ripped off and it's completely fractured core. That can't be fixed. This feels like crap. It's like the best just threw them in and didn't care. I think the right screws though. Brown PCB. It's brown. And as you can see there, this is ooh. Ooh, okay, that is dead dry thermal paste. Yeah, that might be why this thing has no signal. It burned out because it overheated or something. Didn't have to take these little guys off for the DVI ports. Well, upon initial inspection, it doesn't look like any of the power stages are shot. It just looks like it has a lot of dust buildup and crap. So, hopefully that core is still good and it's just not starting because it just got too hot once and it went into thermal protection right away. This thing has definitely seen its fair share of use. It is utterly caked with crap everywhere. So, time to clean it up. And when I'm done cleaning it all up, I'll come back. Maybe test it. And there we are, all cleaned up. Look at that. That is a lot cleaner die right now than it was before. Still don't know if that die's any good or if there's anything wrong with it beforehand, but for the most part, it don't look like it. I took the stickers off those so I could see into them. Not that it matters. Anyway. So, I mean, it could have been just as simple as not enough mounting pressure. So, because that cooler really wasn't on very strong at all. I'll just check a couple of these. If one's bad, they're all bad, and my probes are just way too big for this. So, I mean, you'd be able to see it if, yeah, 1.6 seems about the case for these. At 1.6. Don't see anything particularly standoutish. I got the data sheet up, or I did have the... Well, if I would not close windows when I need them. I did have the data sheet up for the inductors, but I don't anymore. It's not like it would help me much, because I can barely get at the contacts anyway. I would assume all four of these would be on the same power plane. Oh yeah, they are. Okay. Okay, so probes are just being really difficult today. Okay, so that's the same power plane. Yep, same power plane. Yeah, so that four-phase main power. See, this main power plane? Don't look like it. Don't look like it. But these two separately are their own power plane. Alrighty. So it was what I thought earlier. So this core voltage, this is probably memory voltage. One of these guys is for the mem controller. One of these guys, it's got to be for another controller. Can't remember how many are on here. This one's probably would this one be display, or would it be this guy? One of these guys in here. I'm not sure. I can't remember what all the rails that Terascale needs. And is this guy for fan or something? Who knows? Somebody knows somewhere. But I mean, the main power, mem power looks good. These two are not shorted together, so that looks good. So it leads me to suspect that the die went into save me mode because it had no pressure, had no contact, had completely dry thermal paste, and it just said, "Hey, save me, save me. I'm dead. I'm dying." I don't really have a good way to test it while it's running, but I can tell you for a fact that the core power, the mem power, and these two seem fine. So one of them's, oh, I bet one of those to drive. One of them's, let's see, so you got core power, mem power, you got controller power, you got drive voltage, you got display output. I think there's one more. I think there's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. You got these two separate. Something like that. It's like 6 voltages or something. So, and on the back side, let me flip it so that you can see it the correct way. I mean, everything looks fine on the back side. I suppose I could check some of those resistors, but I'm pretty sure they'll turn out just fine. See, and these power, right? Yeah, power delivery. Well, not a lot of the big caps, just all these little ones, these little package ones. Yeah, 1.6. 1.6. Just checking some random ones here and there. How about this guy on the memory? 16. Sounds about right. 16.3. Yeah, that sounds about right for memory. So I'm on 16.3. Alrighty. Um, unless there's something missing from power delivery to it getting to the the VRMs, this card should work. So I'm finished cleaning up this cooler. I think this is a it's got snap tabs. Like seriously, snap tabs. So I'm finished cleaning up this cooler. I'll probably take the heatsink out separately just to be able to set it on and power it up, just to double check, make sure my work is good. And if that turns out good, then I'll put the whole thing back together. So I'll see you then, unless I find something more interesting along the way. And here we are back with the cooler, which was a pain in the butt to get off because there's clips dividing the plastic shroud from the other piece. Yeah, clips. I broke one of them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I broke one of them, but yeah. I think I also put a little crack in this. But this is just a plain. It's plain. It's an empty canvas. I can do what I want with this canvas. Anyway. So yeah, this is on blower cards, very common thing that if you have the time, clean it. That's pretty filth. So unfortunately, I ran out of compressed air a while ago, so I'm gonna have to clean that by hand. But yeah, the dust and other ick buildup is icky. Yes, dust and other ick buildup is icky. Yes. But it's interesting how much further this design is compared to the HD what was it, the 4870X2 that I have in my test PC down there. 4870X2 just has two copper heat sinks that blows through. This one's actually got a full copper, I think it's a vapor chamber even. It's got the hook off too for the vapor chamber. So, but either way, copper cold plate at the very least, and nice aluminum heat sink array right on top. And then this metal frame conducts more heat from the VRMs and stuff via those and this and whatnot. I don't think it's that great at getting the heat off of them, but it's there. So I'm going to clean this up. There. So I'm going to clean this up, put it back on the card, just like this, and test it just to see if it was really that pressure, the pressure in the dry thermal paste. Because I left it on here. I haven't cleaned this up yet. It's really filthy, but it's so hard. I have to use my fingernail. Tip on the die: when I was cleaning this die, because I didn't want to use my fingernail on the die directly, my blue shop towels. I used the blue shop towel in between my fingernail and the die, and that seemed to work pretty good. It got it pretty good. Here, let's look at, see, you can see yourself, you can see your own camera. What do you think of that? But yeah, that seemed to work pretty good. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be putting this on LN2 or dry ice or any crap like that. So, work good. I'll clean it up, get the blower, or at least the heatsink part of the blower back on. It's not going to be very effective, but just to test it, and we'll go from there. See you then. Alright, and I'm back with the heatsink all cleaned up here. You might have noticed a bunch of time has passed. Well, yeah, I got regular stuff to do. So yeah, the heatsink's nice, smooth, cleaned off. Uh, it's all cleaned up through there. Fins look nice and clean. So I just ran the heatsink itself in some water, uh, dried it with a heat gun, I guess. Then let it dry for another couple hours. Fan spins smoothly. I'd taken that off before I ran the water through it, don't worry. So now that this is back together and it's, semi-usable, we're going to put a glob of stuff on there, throw it back on with the that, throw it in the test rig down here, and see how it does. If I'm still getting a problem, I know that it's, I gotta dig further. If this fixes the problem by having it tighten down on here just enough, then hooray, I can take it apart and put proper thermal pads on it and stuff. But for now, oh, come on. For now, I'm going to put MX4 on it. Move my phone out of the way so I don't accidentally get thermal paste all over it. As I get thermal paste all over my fingers. Ah, come on. Ooh, okay. There we are. Put a little bit of thermal paste on here. That should be enough for testing. And it's a small die, so it's probably too much actually. But oh well. Alright, thermal die on there. Or yes, the thermal die is on there. Because now I can measure thermals. Actually, that'd be cool if I had some of those. Just have a random thermal die. Yeah, I put too much on there, but yeah. But oh well. It is what it is. And good enough for me for now. Get the hair off there. Screw this down. And that may have just been the problem, was that this wasn't tensioned. And the thermal paste that was originally on there was, dry as a rock. That could have been part of it too. Alright, so let's tight where it should be. Tight where it should be. Tight. Tight. There we are. We got our really quick cooler on here so that we can run that. Let me get my test rig all set up here. Unplug this, undo that. Take out the HD 4870X2, which, yeah, again, I fixed that one too, and still going. No, it was still going. I've only thrown one other GPU in here in that time, and that was a 3870X2, which that'll be a later video. But yeah, this one still running. So it's revived, I guess. I don't know. I guess I got lucky with it. So move the camera over to here. Alright, there we go. That'll be good enough. Just so you can see what's happening here. So, let's probably plug in the fan. That'd be a good call. Oh, that's screwy. It was okay this way. Yeah, I don't have any heatsink on the other stuff, so I'm not gonna tighten it to any extremes here. So this guy goes in here. It's in the slot. There I go, in the slot. Good enough. I don't have the correct driver installed, but if it works, I will see if that will install later. That's plugged in. Let's just use the quick end here since it's a fully exposed fan. Might wobble a little bit because it's a fully exposed fan. It's only held on by the retention bracket there. There we are. Power's back on. Moment of truth. Let me get keyboard and stuff ready. Fans running. It posts. No, it doesn't. Ah, darn it. It was so close. Okay. So that's the beep code. 1 long and 3 shorts, which is this guy. So, shut her down for a second. I've got a plan. Oops. I don't know if the core even got warm. We'll just throw this in this slot for now. Figure out if the core got warm later. In the meantime, we'll throw known working GPU back in. I can't see the slot. There we are. This is gonna be funky. Alrighty, on the side. Alright, funky. There's that one. There's that one. Move it out of the way so that I can plug this in. I'm not planning on running any of these cards at max capacity, so this will be just fine for testing. So, there we are. Plug in monitor. Turn power back on. There we are. System's running again. Regular beep. And we're in the BIOS. That's about the best I can do here. Again, I don't have a capture card, so this is what I got for now. Alright, so let's see if it sees it here. Okay, so it does see the second GPU. That's sitting right here at slot 2. Sees that it's in, but for whatever reason, gives a no. I know, Katie. It gives a no VGA boot code. So start up Windows here. And unfortunately, I don't have any real good way to show what's going on in Windows either, because don't have a monitor capture. So on my list of things to get eventually. Whenever it's a good time to. So let's let Windows 7 boot up here. Then we're gonna check the device manager, see if it sees everything else. Maybe it's just a bad BIOS. Although I'm pretty sure I tested both switches, because this guy does have a BIOS switch right here. So pretty sure I tested both. Cool, device is ready to use, says Windows. You can sort of see it. So, this is computer management. Is this what I'm looking for? No. Yeah, it is. It's device manager. Okay, so it's only seeing it as a standard VGA graphics adapter. It's not seeing it as a 6950. Wonder if someone flashed a 6970 BIOS on it and it corrupted. let's see if I detect it. Restart later. I don't want you to apply those changes, but you are anyway, I guess. Yada yada, you can run it. Yada yada, I have to be okay. Right click, run as admin. Done. Alright, here we are with the Radeon flash. This sees it. Okay, so this sees it. Radeon flash sees it. So let's save this BIOS just to see if it's worth anything. This is old HD 6950 BIOS. Let's see to actually open it. I believe I need to use, is it the red BIOS editor or is it the this is the one of these is for okay. Oh, I must not have saved it as a .rom. Darn it. There's red BIOS editor and there's like two different ones, but one of them is for Polaris, one of them's for the old stuff. Wait, where did I save that to? Oh, here it is. Okay. Forgot to, alright, let's rename. .rom. There we go. Now it's a ROM file. And red BIOS editor should see it just fine. Not supported. This must, oh, okay, this must be for the old stuff. Well, I suppose I'll come back to this video in a second when I've figured out another solution. So I'll see you then. And, well, duh, I have RBE 1.28 installed on this computer. That's the red BIOS editor, which is, or Radeon BIOS editor, not to be confused with the red BIOS editor. So anyway, here it is. And we can see that it's got a BIOS on it that's readable. And it says it's a 6970. So yeah, that might be why. This is a 6970 BIOS on a 6950. So it might have corrupted because of that. So, time to go find a correct 6950 BIOS and flash it to it and see if it works. See you then. And time skipped all the way to here. So here we are. Look at this. Callis Control Center pop-up. There we go. Now you can see it in the camera. So we're going to go information, hardware. Yep, it reads it. HD 6900 series. 2 gigs of memory. 800 megahertz core clock. 1250 memory clock. It's reading everything correct. Performance, except the AMD overdrive crap. Look at that. It's working. Alright, fan speed. Enable manual fan control. Bump it to 50%. Bump it to 100%. Okay, apparently the graphics overdrive don't like me today. But see what GPU Z says. Hey, check that out. Okay. My camera's not going to pick this up because the background sucks. It's white on black. Give me a second here. Let me just open up a white web page so that now you can... There, now you can read it. Sort of. So, yeah, it's reading the Radeon HD 6900 series. Came in 40 nanometer. It's reading 3288, 1408 shaders, DirectX 11, GDDR5 Hynix memory, 256 bus width, 2 gigs, 812.50 for the clocks. It works. It works. Check this out. It works again. Sometimes that's all it takes is just repaste and fixing the corrupted BIOS. Is it not giving me I guess I can't see the ASIC quality on this. It might not have been a thing till... Yeah, that might not have been a thing till later. But yeah. So, oldest BIOS I found was 13.008.000.007. All zeros. So that was the BIOS. And it's got support for Hynix and Samsung memory and auto detecting memory, I guess. But that was the key, was I wanted to make sure it had support for whatever memory I had because I didn't know what it was. But hey, it all works. And that's a wrap. That means I get to take that thing apart, put some new thermal pads on it, and slap it together. You know what that means? We were successful. So thank you for joining me on this journey of bringing back a 6950 to life. Like it was one of those things where it was either A, gonna be something simple, or B, gonna be like a blown up power delivery system, is what I was thinking, and I had not seen the insides until I tore it apart. So today. So with that in mind, I'm gonna wrap that up. Let's move your camera back down here. All right, I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up. Here's the shroud. Look at that. It's plain. It's plain. It's perfect. I'm gonna call it the Death Metal 6950. I don't know. Maybe I should paint this, just because it's so plain. My $9.99 GPU, fixed. All it needed was a repaste and a BIOS flash. So if you enjoyed it, stop on by because I got more content coming. I'll see you in hopefully the next one, whatever it is. Next one might be the 3870X2, because I brought that one back to life. Didn't like the quality of the video, so I scrapped it. But then the fan pooped out a little resistor. So now the fan don't work. So I have to fix the fan because it pooped out a resistor. Seriously, like it just stopped. Okay, it stopped working one day, and all I got. Let's see if I can find it in. Right there. Camera, pick it up. Camera, pick it up. See, it pooped out a resistor. It's just sitting right there. It just, like, the fan stopped working one day when I was just putting it back in to do some testing. It's a good thing I was paying attention. Stopped working, so I pulled it out. I hear some rattling. Shake it down, and yeah, I pooped out a resistor. Like, okay. Worst case scenario, this fan is like $8 on eBay to get a cheap replacement, but they pooped that out. Fan stopped working. That might be the next project. So if that's the case, I'll see you then. Peace out.